It's always like your birthday with a package from China, so let's go. Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in. So in this video, we are going to take a close look at the new game system that I recently picked up from AliExpress. I was really curious, like, what are we going to get? Because that's always like the question. Yeah, so no, we're not get like a very fancy box. That's it. Like, this is this plastic thing that I got. A little bit disappointed when I got it. I really like to have like boxes. I like fun to unbox, so we're just going to unzip it now. Because this doesn't really like an unboxing. So let's see, this thing works on 5 volts, so we're going to get ourselves like an old school mini USB connection. Okay, so do have like the controller. The controller quality, that is something I was like in question with these things. The first thing I do notice, like we do get a different like a joystick, so that was also the reason I picked it up. We're going to get ourselves AV out. Yep, AV out, still the same crap like always. The toilet paper manual, like this is not even a manual, it's like a piece of toilet paper that I printed on something. Explaining like how to connect everything. I think that is not even the original manual, they're just like something they grabbed from the shelf. Alright, so this thing is quite interesting when it comes to design. So we're being like a couple of years further with reviews and stuff, and they keep making these weird devices. Like we do have a reset button, power on off there using the old game console ports. Then we do have the entertainment system over here. They're still using the kind of a weird thing that we have seen before, like the shell. It's not like a Nes Mini Classic anymore, but there's something custom. So we do have the option to add an SD card, or it seems to be. So that's an option you don't see very often. Input for the power supply over here and then AV out. So there's nothing much to see over here. Do love the design, but let's take a close look at the controller. I've already seen this controller with a handheld. I've reviewed here, or this video still needs to come online. So what you're going to get is your Super Famicom controller. The quality of cell itself is not super bad, like the mold is absolutely the same like the original one. So we do get ourselves like the Nintendo Switch joystick without a click, select start, or like rubbery buttons. And then we do have like the controllers. The buttons are feeling okay. We do have like the 2 different shapes over here, and the shoulder buttons feel very nice. So when it comes to that, that's pretty damn cool. Very long but very thin, low quality wire. So let's plug this thing in, and let's plug it in the television and just see what we can do when you plug it in and what we're going to get. So when powering the device itself, it seems to be that there are no built-in games. That's the only thing that we're going to get, so that's a little bit unfortunate. So when you're going to device like this, you need to be naughty and adding your own files. So you can see the only thing I can do, like go to the set, that's it, like normal settings, power settings, and that's it, like the output. Yeah, damn it. Okay, so from the same company I bought this handheld, I did a review about it on the channel. But the thing is, this SD card, I use it inside of this Famicom clone, and this is what we're going to get. We're going to get ourselves a menu, so I'm guessing they forgot to put the card in or whatever. But it seems to be working with another one, so it is possible to use your one from the handheld. So let's take a close look at the menu and what we're going to get, because it looks promising. Okay, so this is basically the same kind of software that we're finding on the handheld I'm showing you. We're going to have like the shortcuts, cannot change it out. That's always like something I personally really hate, but it looks better than on the handhelds. At the bottom row, we're going to get the NES, GBA, Mega Drive, and the Super Famicom, and of course MAME. They use like very nice logos. They are like preset, there's nothing you can do about it. And of course we do have the settings, I've already shown you briefly in the beginning. So you can just mess around with the TV out functionality, but that's it. So when booting up a menu, this is basically what you're going to get, a list. There is an option for a preview over there, but it seems to be like it has been set, so we're just going to leave it like this. So pressing up and down we go to the next game, and pressing left and right you can just basically choose your different list or part of the list. Alright, so we're starting with the NES, but I can tell you like it sounds like crap. Okay, I don't know why I can start the game. Did I just plug it in the wrong freaking... That's kind of weird. Oh, that sound. Did I mess it up, like putting it in the wrong... Yeah, okay. That's kind of weird. You can never get through the menu, but... Oh, man. Like, hear the music. Like, how can you mess this up? Like, screen tearing to the maximum level. Like, oh, man. Like, I have seen some shitty, like, emulation, but it's on turbo mode. Like, everything is absolutely messed up. Oh, they use kind of infinite life ROM whatever game. Oh man, but nevertheless, like it runs like crap. Okay, so next attempt, Game Boy Advance. Oh man, I can already hear that the audio is not like it should be. You know what I don't understand? First of all, that this thing has like freaking AV out, but okay, we have AV out. But then you just make something like this that runs so poorly that it is like freaking unplayable. I cannot really enjoy those games like that runs like this. What I do like about this thing is like the analog stick. I like more like, why didn't they do that in the first place? So they improve one thing and they completely like mess up the other one. So the only thing that we need is good emulation, some HDMI on a device like this. Like ask like $15 more, and you do have like a pretty damn cool like device. Like this thing is pretty damn neat otherwise. But again, like screen tearing. But it runs better than the 8-bit because that was pretty damn awful. Alright, so let's see if we can boot up this game. There's also like quite some audio level difference between the emulators, but the overall quality is not bad at all. So far so good. Let me crank up the volume. Crap, wrong button. Oh man, I hate it when stuff like that happens. Alright, so let's try that again. So I've noticed like I'm putting my monitor on like around 75%, so that's pretty damn like loud. So the audio that comes out of this thing is absolutely freaking garbage. Or the volume at least, and there's no way to change it back into the settings. Oh, need to get used to this. But so far so good, like I don't see a lot of weird stuff going on. So this is what I'm mostly saying with this thing, is like a mixed bag when it comes to these freaking emulation devices. Sometimes like some platforms are absolutely like messed up, and some are running pretty damn good. The only downside of it is like even if you're going to press the reset button, it will go back to the main menu and there is no quick load and quick save. Boo-hoo. Alright, so let's try some Beefcake and Wolfie. Hoping that it runs okay. I think it's going to be playing way better than with the previous controls we've tried. I've seen so many of these city controls. We do have like 6 buttons, so with some games you can even like play them like they should be. But overall performance is not bad at all. Yeah, okay, the image is absolutely like stretched out to the maximum level, but beside that point, like I'm surprised to be honest. But take considerations like when you're going to boot up some different games, like you will notice sometimes some issues. But what I don't get, like they don't try to have the effort to get everything working properly. Or just sell this thing like an arcade game box or whatever, you know, but see, this is forgivable. That they have like MAME working on this. And the controller is pretty damn cool. Okay guys, so the first thing we're going to tear down is the controller. Normally I don't do this, but I think it's quite interesting to see how they made it. Because normally you have like the D-pad with the membranes and all the yada yada yada. But now we're going to get ourselves like an analog stick. I think that's pretty damn cool. And I must say that I am surprised of the quality. Because you're not paying a lot of money for this piece of plastic fantastic, but this thing is pretty damn awesome when it comes to the controls. Yeah, the emulation performance, yeah, you have seen it. If you have skipped it, that means you're freaking naughty. You're a very naughty person. But in the end, like, when you look at overall performance, I always like the same story at this moment. So the controller is quite interesting if you ask me. So let's lift it up, and what you can see over here, they basically soldered the joystick straight into the PCB. So that's basically how they made this. I'm just going to do like not a further teardown because there's nothing much to see, like the same stuff we have. But I say like other thing is like I do notice like they're using different membranes. Normally I have like these translucent cheap ones. They work fine, but they feel like really cheap too. But yeah, interesting. There is no screws whatsoever in the inside, so that holds the PCB in place. That's quite interesting because normally with an original controller that is happening. So let's put this thing back together and let's tear down the console. Okay, so let's tear down this bad boy. So what we need to do is removing these foams over here. I'm guessing that I cannot remove them in one go. Well, I can. Alright, so sometimes you're using like rubberies, otherwise you're using these foam ones. Don't care about it, doesn't matter. Let's keep them in one piece because I want to re-glue them back on it. So when you're looking at like a device like this, also quite interesting what you're going to see in the inside. So it's running on the same kind of hardware that we have seen before. With the handhelds I've shown you in this video too. And it's quite interesting, they're repurposing like the software, the hardware, but in the end they're not like improving anything. And that is what I find the most annoying thing about it. Like, but also when you're looking at some Famicom on my handheld I've reviewed, you can see like it's pretty damn good. Like it works okay, like you still get a shitload of screen tearing. But beside that point, it's like it runs. You can basically play it in my opinion. But when you're looking at this, it's absolutely like turbo mode. Music is messed up. So I don't know what happens over there. Like what were they thinking? Like who's making them? Like, and one thing is for sure, like they never test anything. Like they just slap something together, or especially with these cheap ones, and they don't give a shit. More like, give me your money and it's over. Yeah, what they want from you is like a 5-star feedback. That's absolutely like bullocks. Alright, so let's see, this is the piece of plastic we need to put back, of course. The top part comes with one big PCB in here for the reset on and off switch, and of course the LED button, or the LED. LED button, what it is, LED button. LED, where the buttons and the LED. Oh, having a brain fart over here. Okay, so let's take a close look at the chip. So they are using the all-winner, the F1C100S. Personally, never seen this before. The device itself has been made in 2020. And yeah, this thing is already a couple of years out, or this PCB that they're using. It's kind of naughty in my opinion, because they sold it to me as a brand new product, like just made, blah de blah. Maybe they're reusing PCBs, don't know what they're going to do over there. So like a freaking gamble, nobody understands. And at the bottom part there is nothing else here. So everything has been connected with this big ribbon cable, and that's it. Like with most of these things, there's not a lot of stuff inside, but I think it's always like fun to do in Teardown. Let me know in the comments, do you really enjoy these Teardowns? Maybe we can make a compilation out of it. For now, let's do a quick talking about what I think about it in general, and yeah. I think it's safe to say another one bites the dust, because that's basically what happened over here. So when it comes to the overall quality, yeah, so it's the same stuff that I've seen before with these cheap ones. I must say, the controller, I personally really love it. I think there's something they need to be continue doing, improving it, putting an analog stick in it, and make it a lot of fun to play. But unfortunate, when you're looking at the system, they're adding a lot of stuff. This thing looks like a Nes Mini Classic. It plays in NES games, but when you're looking at the overall quality, it's absolutely garbage. I'll just say like what did play okay are like the 16-bit, the GBA, and also the arcade were pretty damn fun to play. But then overall that doesn't like make it like a very good product. I think it's absolutely like garbage that they like don't like test it out, and they're like keep slapping the original like say firmware they are using for quite a long time now and don't improve it at all. Something I've many times I've seen before. But nevertheless, let me know in the comments what do you think of this. Would you think it's a forgivable that you can still play arcade, or do you think it's absolutely garbage? But thanks for watching, consider subscribing, hit the little bell, become a Wicked family, and it would be great to see you in the next video.